Dr. Mindy here, and I told many of you, if you followed my Facebook Lives last week, I told a bunch of you that I was going to do a series on family health this week. So today is my first day. Every day I'm going to show you a different tip on family health. So if you want to make sure that you get those tips, then just make sure you hit the follow me button on my Facebook page. All of these tips are going to go on to my YouTube channel as well. So today, let me back up one step. I have a whole group of people that I coach on Facebook, and many of them are moms, and I ask them, what is it that you guys need to hear about your families and about getting your kids to eat right and getting your kids to sleep and getting your family healthy? And so I have a long list of what their requests were that I talk about. So over the next week, I will be going through those talks or those little tips. But today I want to talk about mindset, because I could give you the greatest nutritional tip for your family, and if you don't get the mindset around raising healthy kids down, then they're just tools that will never be effective. So there are three things, in my opinion, and to give you an idea, I was raised by a woman who had a total plan for our health. In fact, she was a health food nut, and we were eating rice cake sandwiches and reading labels and avoiding sugar way back in the 70s before anybody was doing that. And I hated it as a kid, but I loved it as an adult. So there are three things that I feel that I learned in that process growing up in a family that had healthy values and a healthy lifestyle. And then I have two kids. I have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old, and there are a couple things that I've learned from raising kids and working really hard to keep them their best. So here are my three biggest tips. Number one, you have to make health a priority. So you can't just, and it has to be a priority not just for your kids, like it has to be a priority for you too. So you can't just say, oh, I wish my children would eat better. Remember that your kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. So if you want your kids to get off sugar, then my first question to you is, are you off of sugar? Are you not doing sugar? If you want your kids to do a detox, which we have a bunch of families in here that are doing detoxing, then you need to show them that you need to do that you're detoxing. If you want your kids to move more and exercise more, you need to do that. So the first thing is you have to make it a priority, and you've got to model it. You've got to show them that health is important to you, and then it will be important to them. The other trick that I really recommend is that you verbalize it. So I often will come home and tell my kids, we don't see each other all day long, but at the end of the day I'll say to them, yeah, I had a really stressed day, but I found a window of 15 minutes this morning to work out. So I'll actually verbalize it to them so that they are watching health in action. I'm not preaching it, I'm showing it. So that's the first tip. The second tip is you need a plan. So what's your plan? Are you going to go all organic? Are you going to limit sugar? Are you going to get chiropractic care? Which, if you don't know about chiropractic in kids, I highly recommend you stay tuned this week, because I'll tell you about the power of getting your kids adjusted on their immune system. If you never want your kid to have a cold again, if you're tired of your kids missing school, I highly recommend that you look at getting some work on their spine, because it's the biggest immune booster I know. So whatever, is it no sugar? Is it I'm going to go organic? Is it we're going to go gluten-free? What's the plan that you're going to put into place? If your kids are older, you can sort of involve them in that process. Ask them. Tell them what you're thinking of doing. Ask them. I've seen families do no sugar for 30 days. I've seen families do all organic. I've seen families do, hey, we're all going to get a good night's sleep. Let's do this all together. Create a plan, make it a priority, create a plan. Third thing that I really, really recommend is that you start looking at their symptoms different. So in our country, we have a tendency, if your child gets a fever, they get a sniffle, they have a cough, that we rush to give them medication. Now, this is not a discussion on medication, but it is a discussion on, are you reading those symptoms right? Just for example, what's a fever? A fever is the body raising its temperature to burn out an infection. So if you give your kids a Tylenol to lower that down, then yeah, it makes them comfortable in the moment, but what's the body left to do to fight the infection? I had an experience this weekend of being indoors in an enclosed casino in Las Vegas. I was there for a clinic my daughter was in, and there was just smoke everywhere, and my nose was just going. And somebody said to me, "Oh, you should take a Claritin." And I was like, "Why would I take a Claritin? My body is trying to create mucus to get the smoke out of me. Yeah, it's annoying, but my body's doing exactly what it needs to do." So fever, cough, mucus, tired all the time, pain. If your kid's body could talk to you to tell you it was doing something, that's what it would do, is it would talk to you in symptoms. So understanding that symptoms are your child's way of telling you there's a problem. They're not there for you to cover them up. They're there for you to get to the root of the problem. If you're having a child with a chronic symptom, reach out to me. I have a lot of great nutritional advice on what you can do to help that. But you really want to look at those symptoms and say, what can I do to support this body, not how do I make these symptoms go away. So, mindset for raising a healthy family. 3 things. Make health a priority. Talk about it. Do as many different types of health as you can. Read about it. Watch documentaries on it. There's a great documentary called, it's Jamie Oliver's Food Revolution, is awesome. Second thing, have a plan. Don't be haphazard about it. Have a plan. Many of you have great plans for your kids to succeed in sports or your kids to succeed in school. But what's your plan for their health? Do you have a health plan for them? We're doing a big dinner in here on Thursday night. We have over 70 people coming, and I'm going to teach these kids how to read labels, and I'm going to teach kids how to stay healthy and families how to stay healthy. If you're interested in coming to that, we are completely booked. But just put in the comment section, I'm interested, and if we have an opening, we'll let you know that. But create a plan, and then the third thing is learn to read your child's body. Ask yourself, what is my child doing? What is this symptom telling me? Where is the imbalance? And if you don't know, reach out to experts to find out, but medicating it will never get to the total solution to why the body has the symptom in the first place. So, hope that's helpful. I'm going to make this week, I'm going to teach you how to read an ingredient label. I'm going to show you what we do in my family for health. So every day will be something different on family health. I'm going to run through all the questions that my closed Facebook group had. What I'd love to know is, what do you want to know from your perspective? If you're a parent, you're raising a family, just put in the comment section what you want to know this week, and I'll make sure that I get that out to you. So, hope you find that helpful. Have an awesome day, and definitely, gosh, like if all the Facebook Lives I've done, make your kids, your family, make health a priority, and you will just be blown away at how successful in life they can be when you start with a good foundation of health. Have an awesome day.